Wow, 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 wow. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. How are we all doing today? How are we all doing today? Hope you are ready for what is about to come your way today. I hope you are ready. Okay. Today will be fantastic. Today will be fantastic. Today. Oh, we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Wow. Wow. Sabi gang. Today will be fantastic.
Amazing, amazing. So while we're waiting for them to join in, because I think the link was just sent to the channel now. So yes, so I think they're joining in now. So Mike,
Okay.
over to you. We can start. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Wow. I can see your comment. Bring it in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today will be fantastic. Today will be fantastic. Keep coming in. Keep coming in. Keep coming in. Wow, wow, wow. I'm already feeling the energy even before we start. Oh, okay. Keep coming in. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm happy, really excited. It's been an amazing boot camp for every one of us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Sabi gang, good morning. How are we doing today? Wow. Good morning. I'm looking at your comment right now. Good morning. Invite your friends, even your enemy. Let them be aware that you are somewhere here. Yeah. Bring everybody in. Tell your friends. Remind them, don't benefit from this alone. Today will be a bang. Don't benefit from this alone. Invite everyone, invite them. I can see your comments. Benefit from this alone. Today will be a bang. Don't benefit from this alone. Okay, I can see your comments. Well done. Keep it coming. Today will be amazing. Irrespective of what you've learned in the past few days, today will be more amazing. Today will be more amazing. Keep your comments coming. Good morning. Wow, from Sierra Leone. Good morning. We are happy you are joining us. Edward from Sierra Leone. Wow. I'm happy. Our facilitator today is really ready for us. He's really ready for us. Let me just tell you a little gist. Yesterday, I just stumbled on his profile online and I was like, wow. Most people don't know what is about to come their way today. Good morning, everybody. Okay. We are starting right away. We are starting right away. If you still have to invite someone, please do so right now. Do so right now. If you have to invite someone, do so right now. Do so right now. Type "I'm ready to sabi" in the comment section. I want to see it. I am ready to sabi. I want to see "I am ready to sabi" in the comment section. I am ready to sabi. Type it. I'm not seeing enough "I'm ready to sabi." I want to see more of it. I am ready to sabi. Yes, yes, yes. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I am ready to sabi. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, 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 wow. If you still have to invite someone here, you just have to do that right now, because the person will miss a lot. Even if the person comes 5 minutes late, the person is missing a lot already. So you should invite someone. I'm ready to sabi. Put it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. Good, good, good. We are good to go. So good morning. I'm Mike Akintayo. I'm a copywriter. One of the reasons why I love I love today's topic, which is how to create content that sells. You know, the truth is that a lot of people just put out content out there and they are not selling anything. They are not making money from what they put out there. So there's a way to brush up your content that will make people buy from you. So what our facilitator will be telling us today is, how can you put out content that sell? How can you be persuasive with what you are putting out? How can you make people start begging you to take their money? Will you like people to beg you to take their money? If you would like to, let me know. Will you like people to beg you to take their money? So you people like money like this. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about the speaker, just a short bio about the speaker, and we'll bring him live and we are good to go. So let me just tell you about him. Oche Wright is a digital marketing trainer who helps entrepreneurs, digital marketers, and business owners create content that build brands. His goal is to enlighten startups and already existing business on the amazing opportunities of using social media. So in case you have never profited from social media, nobody has ever paid you any money online, today is your day, because our facilitator will be diving right there today. So ladies and gentlemen, our facilitator will be coming right now to give us amazing session. Wow, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Wow. I would have said drum roll. You didn't say drum roll. I would have helped you say drum roll, but since we don't have drums here, we probably just imagine that in our head. Thank you guys very much for bringing me here. It's amazing to be here today. First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the organizers of this event, the whole Sabi Nation. Thank you guys for creating this platform for you guys should not make me blush. Which hand is his hands up? Please, I beg you, Biko. Thank you though. Thank you very much. All right, so once again, thank you to the Sabi Nation for creating this platform where youths, entrepreneurs, digital marketers, business owners, intending business owners, would come together to learn as well as get knowledge on how to, benefit their lives, especially in regards to entrepreneurship or business or whatever the case may be. I mean, today, the order of the day right now is trying to see how you can be skilled enough so that you can be able to help yourself in our country or in the country that we have found ourselves in. Right now, your skill is literally what will set you out or stand you out amongst the crowd. Thank you once again for bringing me here and for putting me up on this platform so that I can be, in my little way, dish out value as much as I can. I'm going to try as much as possible to see how I would be brief. I'm not really a fan of long classes and all of that, but I try to be brief as much as possible and detailed enough, of course, and more importantly, Hope that everyone watching here currently can be able to get as much value that they were intending to get. So once again, thank you for that amazing introduction. Just for more context, like you said, my name is Oche, right? Digital marketing trainer. I help entrepreneurs to create better content. Now, our topic of discussion for today is creating content that sells, or how to create content that sells. Now, I'm sure if content is no longer a new word, especially in the digital space. It's literally like the most popular word. I'm very sure that all of us here may have, or definitely would have heard about content. We hear people say, I want to create content, to I have content, to content this, content that, content this, content that. Content is really, really, really like the go-to word on social, digital, in the digital space generally. So it has become really, really, really popular. It's something that everybody is trying to do today. Before now, let's say like 2 years ago or 3 years ago thereabouts, content was not really that saturated because many people were still trying to understand the importance of content. They were still trying to understand the importance of digital marketing as a whole, right? But I think I wouldn't say thankfully, right? But I think that the COVID-19 was something that opened our eyes, especially in regards to how important it is to create content or to take your business online. Because of how we were all on lockdown and we couldn't really do our businesses, face to face with our customers. We had to transfer all of that transaction online. The COVID-19 was what really opened the eyes to the importance of doing your business online. And I think moving forward, I believe that everyone who owns a business or who is yet to own a business now understands the importance of doing your business online. So because of that craziness and everybody running online, even there's nothing that's not been sold online. I think the other day I was seeing um, dried fish. I was like, wow, you guys are selling dried fish on Instagram for that matter. It was really funny, and but it was cool. So almost everything, or almost every entrepreneur or every business is going digital right now. So because of that, the market has become really, really saturated. Like everywhere has gone crazy with content. I can bet you that content is no longer difficult to find. With the snap of your fingers, you can find any piece of content you're looking for, right? You don't need to go, you just need to pick up your phone and boom, content is everywhere. Content is literally everywhere. So because of that, it has become a commodity. When something is a commodity, it means it's everywhere. It's no longer, too special. Unlike maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when if you posted a picture now, in the next 20 seconds, you already have like 178 likes in a second, right? Or if you made a video and you put online, it was easy for you to stand out, or it was easy for you to go viral because just a very little amount of people knew what was going on digitally. But today, the case has changed completely. Everybody's now on social, everybody's on Instagram, everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on Twitter, or whatever social media platform as a whole. Everybody is very active. Even your grandparents are literally on their phones right now, right? So because of that, content has become a commodity. It's not something too special anymore. And we as entrepreneurs or intending entrepreneurs, we have to be able to understand how we can then create content or position our content in a way that would not just help us stand out, but also help us attract attention. Because the number one or the greatest assets for every entrepreneur, for every business owner today is attention. If you are not creating or attracting attention, there's no hope for you. Because if people do not know you exist, then my brother and sisters in the Lord, you do not exist, right? So where creating attracting attention has become a die-hard affair. I mean, it's really, really crazy right now because people are doing everything humanly possible. The other day I came across a video on my feed, and a hair vendor was almost she was literally almost going crazy just trying to advertise her business. I say, wow, there's nothing we will not do on this internet, right? But it's all as a way of trying to gain that attention, right? Attention is really important. If you don't have attention, you can't even go on to say you want to build trust, that people would then feel comfortable enough to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So attention is really, really important, and it's something that everyone is struggling. Trust me, everyone is struggling with the whole attention thing. Even the people who, even as so-called celebrities, or the people who you think have, who already have the huge accounts, they too are trying to see how they don't get lost in the crowd, because almost everybody is doing what they are doing now. I mean, even the influencers, almost everyone is creating great content and videos and pictures and what have you, podcasts, as the case may be. So I think that we have to be able to find the best way possible to attract that attention, which can then lead to building trust, which will, of course, finally lead to people buying from us. So yes, content that sells. Now, unfortunately, it's quite unfortunate that many people do not understand that there's a difference between content, or there's something that really helps your content to sell, right? Um, Many people just tend to create content. Okay, they hear, go online, maybe they are online trainings now. Go online, content is king, content is king, content is king. So everybody's just jumping online and creating content here and there. But many people do not really understand that there's actually a method to it. Creating content is great, but if you are trying to achieve a particular purpose, especially if you run a business, or if you have something you're trying to achieve, or maybe if you're trying to even win the next election, you have to have a purpose, right? And you can't just create content, because randomly creating content is not really going to birth as much results as you would expect. So I think that we have to understand that it's not just creating content. It is that one, everybody's doing it. Everybody's creating content today. I told you, it's literally with the snap of your fingers, you can get content. Content can be available to you anywhere from any person at all. So, but we have to understand that there's a method to creating content that sells, and this is where the word content marketing comes in. Most times we ignore the marketing part of content. There's content, and then there's content marketing. Content marketing is what sells, right? Creating content is great, is good, but content marketing is what sells. We most times we forget, or we ignore the marketing part of the content creation. Rather, just creating content is just creating content. I mean, if I just post a picture, I just posted a picture. If I just made a video and posted a video, I just posted a video. But content marketing has goals. It has a purpose, which is, of course, to help you to attain or reach your business goals. And most times, our business goals are usually to create awareness, to build trust, aka consideration, and then finally to get people to purchase your product or services. And that's what content marketing does. Just creating content is just creating content. Right, so we have to understand that what sells, the kind of content that sells, is when is the type that that revolves around marketing. We can't ignore the marketing part of creating content. If not, we are just creating content and we're just there and nothing is happening, and that's going to be sad. So we have to understand that engaging in content marketing is really what sells. Now, of course, I'm sure we all know what content is. It's anything you're putting online, whether it's in form of videos, photos, or audios such as podcasts. Many people are doing podcasts right now. Many entrepreneurs and business owners or youth people generally are jumping into podcasts, and it's so amazing. I think I started some podcasts recently too. So photos, videos, audio, aka podcast, that's your content, right? Now, to get a better explanation of what content marketing really is, because if we are saying content marketing is what sells, then what really is content marketing? Now, I like to be practical. If you check out my content on social, you will see that I like to be practical a lot. So let me just give you a practical example. I have this really close friend, and one day she told me that she has this skincare brand that she follows on social media. I think on IG or so, on Instagram, and she literally turned on their post notification because she enjoys their content, in the sense that every day she wakes up, she goes to that page, like she opens her Instagram, goes to that page and checks out their content, right? And then I was like, and she explained to me that I was like, why did you find them so interesting like that? And she was like, it's because although they sell skincare, or they're a skincare brand, they don't really tell you much about their products. They tell you the kinds of problems that you, the audience, or you, whoever is reading it, would be able to resonate with and understand and connect with. So she goes there strictly because she wants to know, okay, now how do I cure my acne, or how do I take care of my pimples that keeps popping up here and there, and all of that. So each time she goes to their page, she sees those kind of informational content, and then reads them and gets to learn. And of course, when she's now ready to buy, guess what? She buys from that particular skincare brand. Now she sees other skincare brands selling, advertising their skincare products, buy our body wash or whatever it is you guys call it. Ladies understand this, right? So she sees all of that on her feed daily. Like I told you, it's the content marketing, the content world is saturated. So she sees that like a million times a day. But she told me that she's very interested in that particular skincare brand because they don't really talk about the products per se. Rather, they tell you about your problem, and then you as the audience or you whoever is reading it would then be able to connect to that person and say, it's true, I'm having this acne problem, and they now tell you how you can solve that acne problem. Guess what? They are building trust. They are helping you to understand that you need them. So when you are ready to buy, of course, when you want to buy acne, when you now know how to cure the acne problem, you need the product, of course, or the lotion, whatever it is that you need to rub to cure the acne. Guess what? You're going to buy from that skincare brand. Why? Because they were able to help you. They were able to bring you value. And that's what content marketing really is. Marketing is not about buy my product to, or something will happen. No, no, no. That's not what marketing is about. Marketing is about creating demand, right? You have to create. That's what marketing simply is. In simple terms, in the layman's words, marketing is about creating demand, and you create demand by showing or bringing value to the table. So imagine I'm now the skincare therapist or the skincare brand, and I keep telling you about how you should solve your skincare problems. You begin to trust me over time. If I'm consistent enough, you begin to trust me over time, and that's how. Whenever you're ready to buy a skincare product, you're not going to buy from Mama Folake who told you to buy my product on discount. You're going to actually buy from, even if I'm not selling at a discount, you're going to feel more comfortable buying from me because I have helped you to understand that these are the problems you have and this is how you can solve them. And that's what marketing is about. I think it's very important we understand this simple thing because most of us, what we are doing online is just creating content. And that's why it seems like it's not work for us and it's working for these other people. It's because we're not engaging, we're leaving the marketing part out. And the marketing part is about creating value. That value you're creating is what now generates demand. And then your demand, when you have demand, of course, the law of supply and demand that they taught us back in school. So if you now understand that you are supposed to bring value first before you ever ask for anything in return, that trust me, when you engage in content marketing, you will not need to sell. We are talking about content that sells, right? But guess what? There's a better way to do it that you don't even need to even sell. I'm a very when I initially started digital marketing or when I started offering digital marketing services, I remember very vividly. I started with, I can help you do this, I can help you do this, come and do this, and it was stressful. It was really, really, draining, and I wasn't getting any results. So everything had to turn around, or everything turned around when I now knew, oh, this is not how to go about it. There's actually a better way. Guess what? I don't even sell any. If you check out my page on IG or whatever social media platform at all, you won't really see any buy my this product or buy my training or buy this or buy that. I promise you won't see it. But guess what? I do this every single day. Why? What I'm doing is I'm building trust. I'm building credibility. And that's what marketing really is about. But we kind of have gotten it wrong. And that's why it seems like it's not working for us today. Right? I'm sure you guys can hear me clearly. So I think we need to understand this distinction. Content marketing is about creating value so that your potential audience or your target audience can understand why they should choose you. Okay, someone said I should use clothing brand as an example. Okay, for example, you're selling clothes, right? And instead of putting up your clothes and saying, buy my two-piece or buy my wraps or buy my trousers or buy my shirts, you can rather say how you can combine these shirts with so and so, how you can style this particular outfit, how you can take what kinds of events would make more sense for this part of outfit. This dinner gown, this is how you should wear this dinner gown, and this is where you should wear it to. This is how you can combine it. You're not really selling, but guess what? You are selling under. Let me use that word. What you're doing basically is you're building trust. When people now start coming to because you see, most people just jump into Instagram, open an Instagram page, and boom, they start advertising their product. It doesn't work that way. You have to understand that you have to bring value to the table first. I mean, I don't even trust you in the first place. So why would I even buy from you? Like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, someone says trust brings return. Exactly. Trust brings return. Build trust. Value is king. I love these comments I'm seeing so far. So you have to understand that value is marketing is about bringing value to the table first before you can then ask. There's something I like that we call that there's a term we use in marketing. It's called jab, 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 right, hook. It simply means give, then ask. But many people start with ask, and then they're like, why is it not working for me? It doesn't work that way. So you have to jab, jab. It's actually a term coined from boxing. When a boxer is in the ring, eh, the boxer doesn't just he's when you throw the punch. When the boxer is throwing punch, he's like this. He waits. He observes you. He observes you. He observes you. He observes you before he finally gives you one on your chin, and then you fall. So it's you're giving before you then ask. There's something I also like to tell people that the person who holds their breath longest when it comes to giving actually wins. But most people don't understand this. They just start with asking. I can't. You have to give first. Yeah, people have to understand why they should choose you. Why should we choose you in the first place, right? And that's what marketing really is about. So when you understand this about content marketing,
Hello, we cannot hear you. I think something is happening to the audio. Okay, you were muted. Can I let me unmute you? Kindly unmute your mic. I think you mistakenly muted yourself. Just click on unmute. I cannot still hear you. So I can see it here that your mic is muted and I don't know why. So just click on mute because I'm trying to
can
do
you
it
hear me
from my
now?
end. Okay. Yes, great. Great. I think we're good now. I can hear you. I cannot hear you again. It has gone back to unmute to mute.
Why could this be happening?
Good. I can hear you now. You've it's back.
It's back, right?
Yes, the audio is back.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm sure I don't know why that's went like that. Well, like I was saying, marketing is about your content marketing is not about you. It's about your audience. When you understand that it's about your audience, then you will then create content that tailors to solving their problems. And everybody likes to rally around the person who is solving problems. So when you become the brand that solves problem, when you become the problem solver, trust me, people come to you to buy from you, right? It's very practical. I promise you that if you try this, but the thing is, it also requires content marketing requires patience because what you're doing with content marketing is you're building brand, and brand is really what wins today. Because when people go online and they type, "I want to buy shoe," guess what? Google does the work. Google brings the whatever whoever they want. But when people go online and type, "I want to buy shoe from um, Jessica's shoe brand," then Google brings Jessica's shoe brand. And the only reason why people are mentioning Jessica's shoe brand is because Jessica's shoe brand has become a brand. So you want to make sure that you're building brand in the long term, and it takes time, it takes patience, right? So please understand that content marketing is about your audience, and more importantly, how you can be the one to solve their problem in a way that no one else will. Okay, this helps us to elevate your brand and then turns your content from just a commodity to something that people embrace, something that people are dying for. You would be the one running because you are tired of making sales. When you engage in content marketing, of course. So content marketing is about dishing out value first. Understand this. Content is not just creating content. We have content creation. That one is a different ballgame. But content marketing is what sells. It's when you engage in content marketing that you then breadth results for your business, like brand awareness, consideration, and of course, purchase, as the case may be. Now, moving on, of course, I'm sure we've heard this very popular phrase or statement, which is people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Sorry about that. So people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Now, what that means is, I want you to understand that statement. It's very popular on social media. I'm sure one way or the other you have heard of it, especially if you are an entrepreneur and you've been to classes here and there. You must have heard about, maybe your trainers or whoever it is may have told you, your experts may have told you that people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Now, understand. Sorry, I don't know the why the mic keeps going off, but I would keep my eyes on it so that if it goes off, I can turn it right back on. We are here for this. We are here for this. All right. So, like I was saying, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So, if you want people to buy from you, you have to be able to, first of all, create that emotional connection between your business or your brand and your target audience. Then the next thing is, like, know, like, and trust. People have to know your business. People have to like you or like your brand, and people have to trust your brand. I'm going to explain that in a bit. Now, what does that really mean? Because, like I said earlier, okay, just a little bit of a recap. I said that content marketing is what really sells. We should engage in content marketing so that we can birth or create better results for our business, because um that's what really creates trust for our business. And then secondly, and now I'm saying that in order to create content that sells, we have to understand that people buy from people they know, they like, and then they trust. And just as I was saying, we understand that um we've heard this statement a lot, or this word a lot. Know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. It's very important that people know, they like, and then they trust you. Without that, they're not going to buy from you, because we are all before I even went into digital, I was really scared of purchasing stuff online. I'd rather just go to the shop or the mall nearby and just buy whatever it is I want to buy. But now we are all comfortable buying online, because to some extent, although there's still a very high level of scam on digital, but we are being careful enough to know that, okay, now I trust it. That's why you see that there's this particular brand that people like buying from, or people you like buying from as a person. It's because you know that brand, you know the person behind the brand, you like them, of course, and then you trust them enough, right? um I don't know if you guys can hear me. I think my can you guys hear me? Sorry, I think I lost. Can you guys just let me know if you can hear me, so that I'm sure that you guys can hear me clearly. Just let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Uh, can you guys hear me? Okay, okay, you can hear me. Okay, great. So, like I was saying, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Now, how do we translate that know, like, and trust into our business, or into our content rather? Um, for people to know you, for your target audience to know you, they must get you. They must get you. What that means is that it's not just surface knowledge. It's not just knowing that you exist. It's not just knowing that you sell fish or you sell suya. They must get you in the sense that they must understand why you're doing this, or why you're actually trying to help them, or what really prompted you to start up this business. For example, the reason why we tend to connect so much with a show like Big Brother is because we think we know them because they tell us things about them in the process during in the process of the show, maybe through their conversations. I'm sure many of you watched the Big Brother, right? So the reason why that show tends to have so much fans and so much such crazy attention is because people feel like they know these guys in the show, even if you've never met them in real life, because of the way they've built an emotional connection through the conversations they have. They tell you about what happened before, what they've been up to before they came into the house, and you get to know what you are seeing them for about, I think it's for about 2 or 3 months or so, whatever. I can't really, I've forgotten how many days they spend there, but they in the process of their during the process of their stay there, they get to share things about themselves. So you get to know these people, right? And so that's why you now pick up a person and say, oh, I am team Ozo, or I am team Dorothy, or whoever it is you guys are supporting, right? Or team Lakon. So we have to understand that for people to know you, they have to get you. They have to get you. They have to understand what you're really about, so that you're not just some random stranger. I like to say that they don't just know about you, but they know of you, in the sense that they can say, okay, I know that person. I know this person. This is the kind of knowing that you want, not the kind of, I just know that she sells clothes. No, that's not knowing. They have to know that, okay, this is what she does. This is how she does what she does. This is why she does what she does, right? So that's the way people can know you. How about, like, for people to like you now? It doesn't really, when people like you, I'm not really talking about the romantic kind of like. No, I'm talking about liking as in they are interested in you, like they have interest in what you do. They tend to know that they love what you do, in the sense that, if you put out something, they are sure that, okay, if it's, as long as, let's assume you're selling flowers, and you put out the content, and in the next 10 minutes your fans, sorry, your audience begins to join in, create conversations, and then they're like, I like this person. They drop comments and all of that. They share your posts and all of that. They do that because they like you, or they've come to like what you're talking about. They've come to like the conversation that you're creating, right? So you have to be able to understand that it's more than just the liking part. Is also very important, because without them liking you, they will not move on to trust you. So we want to be able to win that like in our business. You want to be able to win that like in our business as well. If people do not like you, they are not going to buy from you. So liking comes down, of course, to being open and being honest about what you sell, being honest about being who you are. You don't need to go and start lying about what you're selling and saying your skincare solves the problem of your products can turn water into wine. No, you don't have to lie about anything. Just be honest. See what your products can do. People will get to like you, right? People will get to like you in the as you don't. Everybody doesn't have to like you, of course, but those people who would vibe to what you're selling, or the conversation you're creating, will definitely get to like you, and then they will, move on to trusting you. Now, that's the most important thing from the know like. It graduates from knowing liking. This thing is very practical as well. I think that our best, for example, your best friend, your best friend, you started with knowing him or her, and then liking them before you could finally trust them enough to say, okay, well, you can do whatever it is that they ask you to do. So you have to be able to understand that trust is very important. Nobody's going to buy from you if they don't trust you. So you have to be able to infuse that trust in your content as well. Although trust is actually more difficult to infuse, because people, there's so much scam. Like I said earlier, there's so much scam today. But if you can be sincere enough, people would trust you. Because trust is about the intersection of the past and the future. So you want to let people know the problems they had, and then how they can graduate to solving, how you can help them solve their problems by showing them a better future. That's how they trust you. So don't just talk about the future. Start from the past and graduate to the future. So let them know that, okay, this is where you are right now. You're struggling with this kind of problem, but with my product or with my service, you can graduate to the future and become this sort of person. And that's who everybody wants to become. They want to beat the problem and go to the solution. So when you stand as a bridge that they can step on and get to that solution, they will then understand, they will then like you, they will then trust you, and then, sorry, they will know you first, like you, and then trust you. And that's how they would move on to buy from you. So people buy from people they like, they like, and then they trust. So you have to be able to be infusing that know, like, and trust in your business or in your content marketing before they can actually buy from you. So I hope that we've been understanding so far. I'm going to still come back to the question. I'm just trying to make sure I give you guys context. Then I'll be running off in a bit. Then we can take questions and all that. So I hope that we are able to understand that this is what content market. First of all, content marketing is what you should be engaging in, and not just creating content. Because if you're just creating content, then you're, my friend, I'm sorry, but you are just creating content, and that's what it is, just creating content. So you have to be able to understand that it's not just about creating content, it's about content that sells. And that's when content, that's where content marketing comes into play. So you have to engage in content marketing, which is additional value first to your customers before asking them, or your audience, before asking them to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So once you can give out value, people will then, you build credibility and trust. People will then trust you. And then, of course, when they trust you enough, they'll be willing to buy whatever it is that you're asking them to buy. Now, moving on, I'll be running off quickly in a bit, but just to highlight a certain few more points, there are certain questions we need to ask ourselves in order to be able to win this attention. Because, like I said, content marketing is saturated right now too, right? Everybody is doing. Every content is not a commodity. Everybody is doing content marketing today, so it has become really saturated. So how do we position our content in a way that will attract attention? Because our greatest asset is attention. So we want to be seeing how we can achieve or gain that attention first of all, right? So there are some questions you need to be asking yourself, or you should be able to ask yourself in order to win that attention. Because it's because before you can actually win trust, you have to get attention or gain attention. So you have to be able to ask yourself certain questions and then answer them to be able to win that attention, which would then position you to win the trust that you're desperately craving to win. Like we said, people buy from people they know, they like, and then they trust. Now, the very first question that you should be able to ask yourself and answer is, what is that thing that only us can be known for? What is that thing that only us, only my business, only my brand, only me can be known for? Now, we all have different strengths, of course. There are different things that we can do. But what is that thing that people can identify your brand or your business for, or identify you as a person for? What is that one thing? In my case now, when I started engaging in content marketing, of course, many people were doing all of that. Content creators were here and there, but I tried to find a balance in between. I tried to find a way that I could, win that attention, of course, and then move on to building trust. And then what I did is, okay, now I believe a lot in communication. Communication is the variable of success for everything you're doing into this world. So I had to find a way to communicate differently. When you read my content, I don't really, I try to break things down as much as possible, in the sense that I try to use words or languages that you can understand. You see things in my content like Biku, Umbok, or all those kinds of slangs that we understand as business owners when we go out there to hustle. Like I use all those things because I could have used the grammar, the huge grammar, but I needed to connect with the audience or with my audience. And I figured the best way for me to do this is to be able to speak the language that they understand. So for my own case, it was in terms of communication that I differentiated. So if you want to really learn how to, communicate in a better way, or if you want to enjoy my communication, if you want to read content that you learn as well as laugh in the process, you definitely read mine and get all of that. So that's how I try to be different from the crowd, because we can't have to be the same or doing what everyone is doing. If everyone has a yellow shop and you can't open your own shop in the same street and it's yellow, how do you expect people to find you? Or how do you want to stand out? But if you open a shop in that street and you decide to paint your own yellow, add your own yellow, or put a touch of black or a touch of green or a touch of red, now something people can use that to really identify you. So of course, even you can say, yes, so how do I create, how do I stand out, how do I be different? You don't need to go and create the cure to cancer or do something so huge. Just find a way that you can position yourself differently from your competitors. I like to say forget about your competitors, but in forgetting about your competitors, you have to also understand that they are there whether you like it or not. So you have to be able to find out how you can position differently for them, so that you're not doing exactly the same thing and then getting lost in the crowd, as the case may be. Yes, someone said distinctively unique. You have to be distinctively unique, as the case may be. Please, I beg you with my knees on. Let me kneel down. I want to kneel down for you people. There's nothing you will not tell me. I'll kneel down here today. Please, I beg you, do not try to be doing what everyone is doing. It's risk. It's not worth it, guys. You can't say because okay, the next vendor is selling this one and carrying the cloth and putting on her head. Then you say you carry your own cloth and put on your head. You're not going to stand out because the moment you post, the moment you put out your content, like everybody's. I heard that. I think there was a research that said there are about how many million posts in a second. So imagine that you are posting your picture, JJ, in your that second you're posting your picture, like how many million other posts are going online? My brother and sister, how now? How do you want to survive if you're doing what everyone is doing? You have to be different. You get, I'm not saying you should be doing anything special. Don't go and do back tumble on social media or dance like Jane Mena. Please. Don't do the one you cannot do. But just try to see how you can position differently. Someone said be distinctively different, and that's correct. Okay? Be distinctively different, please. I bet you it's going to pay you in the long run more than just trying to copy what your competitors are doing. So you have to be able to ask yourself that question. What is that one thing that only us can be known for? And then the second question you should be able to ask yourself is, are you a conversational brand? Are you a conversational brand? Now, nobody has to be on social media. That's the truth. Nobody has to be on social media. It's not compulsory that everybody has to be on social media. So in order for you to succeed, you have to earn a place that makes people want to spend time with you. Because what you're doing with your content, you're telling people, come and waste your time with me. Yes, come and spend time with me. So you want to give people a reason to spend that time with you. Why would they even want to spend time with your content? Why would they want to come on Instagram and read your word line by line, or check out your page, or go through your profile and all of that? You get, so you have to be able to. Now the thing is, not all industries rather are conversational. A very good example of an industry that's conversational is fashion. Fashion is a very conversational brand or industry in the sense that we talk about fashion every day. There's one new trend here. There's always a new trend every day. There's always this or that, every day when in the fashion industry. There's also the entertainment industry, like music, movies. There's also something to talk about every day. But something when you're studying something like pigs, please, I cannot sit down during dinner with my family or my friends and be talking about pigs. It's impossible, right? That's not a conversational brand. I think last year or so, or this year, some months ago, I was working with a particular brand, and they're a mechanic, and I was like, when they reached out to me, I was like, mechanic on Instagram, you people are not playing, no. It was crazy. I was like, mechanic on IG and all of that. They sell spare parts, and then they fix broken vehicles. Right. So when we were actually working together, I sat down and I said, okay, how can we make this? Is not a conversational brand. Nobody's going to just start talking about mechanic, right? Until your car breaks down before you even think of mechanic ever. I don't think any of you pick up your phone and say, "My mechanic, how you do? How are you today? I just actually wish you happy Tuesday or happy Thursday or Wednesday." No, it doesn't work that way. They're not a conversational brand, right? So we had to find a way to make them conversational. And what we did is we started talking about things, everyday things that car owners could relate with. We started talking about things like how to clean your windscreen to make it shine more, because that's something people don't really know. We started talking about things like how to, when your car stops in traffic, the first thing you can do, or the first thing you should check out, that's something that everybody can relate with. We started talking about things like how to, fix your car, how to make your car more, just things that car owners could relate with. We didn't talk about the things that they couldn't relate with. So we had to make the band conversational. Some people are not lucky, like those people now, they are not, if you're into like fashion or the entertainment industry, you're lucky and your brand's already conversational. You don't need to do too much, and everybody will know about you, or at least you'll be able to join the conversation. But if your brand is not conversational, you have to do an extra work. You have to be able to make your own brand conversational. So that question is something you should ask yourself: is your brand conversational? If it is, good for you. You can then join in the conversation. But if it's not, then you have to find a way to create that conversation and make the conversation interesting, so that people can then join in and be a part or try to join your audience, as the case may be. Now, the third or the last question rather is, how can you maneuver? Is the personal development industry a conversational brand? Yes, I think the personal development industry is becoming a conversational brand because people are beginning to understand the importance of building a personal brand. I think that I see a lot of trainings here and there that people are offering how to come and learn how to build a personal brand. I think the personal development industry is actually becoming a conversational brand gradually. So I think it's something you can tap into. It's an industry that you can just try to position differently, and don't try to talk about what everybody is talking, because I think I see too much. There's too much noise in that space already. Everybody's talking about the same thing. So try to, if you're in that space or in that industry, find a way that you can create a different conversation or try to communicate differently. I think it's going to work out for you. So the next question, or the last question you should be able to ask yourself is, how can you maneuver? In the sense that, how can you be able to conduct, can you just, be able to survive or break through? Because what you want to try to do is you want to try to make sure that people now know about you, and then they come to know about you and stay with you. If you're doing something that is boring, or not really interesting, nobody's going to, they may come, maybe they found you through one way or the other, but are they going to stay? So how can you maneuver? How can you then position yourself in a way that would make them stay when they finally come? This is the mistake. Some people actually get traction in the sense that they actually get that awareness, but people come to their content and then they don't stay. They go away because they don't vibe to what you're saying or what you're doing. Right? It's more like what you're doing is in 500 generations to come. I mean, what you're doing is actually necessary, but because of the way you're talking about it, or how you're communicating about it, it makes it look like what you're doing is still 500 years away from now, or generations away from now, right? So you have to be able to find out, ask yourself that question: how can you maneuver? How can you be able to break through the competition? How can you survive in this crazy situation that we're experiencing today? Um, Now, one more final question. I said the last one was the final question. Sorry about that. Final question, which is actually the most important for me, is: are you creating human-centered content? Are you creating human-centered content? In the sense that people buy from people they know, like, and trust. People buy from people. So you want to infuse that personality into your content. Don't just sound like one empty container. No, sound like there's actually a person behind it. You know, um, there was time I was supposed to speak at a particular event, but because of something happened and I couldn't arrive, I couldn't go, and I had to make a post and talk about how bad I felt about it. You know, I felt really bad about it, and I posted something. I made a write up, and I talked about how sad it really felt. They mistook me, they mistook or they replaced something. There was some kind of misconception here and there, so I couldn't go, and I felt bad about it. So I made a post about it. I thought, for me, that was actually something. It was not something I was proud of, but I talked about it, and guess what? People vibed to it. I was like, oh, I could relate, I can relate, and it was one of my best. At that point in time, the post did so well. I was like, then I understood that, okay, it was because I was being human. I was being human. It's something that everybody can relate with or connect to. Everybody has times when things don't work out for them. So when you can build a human-centered content, something that people can relate to. If, for example, your delivery man fucks up or messes up, and you can talk about it. You don't have to hide and say, no, you don't need to lie. That's the thing. You don't need to lie about what you're doing on social. You can talk about the pains you're going through, right now, and people will be able to connect with it. And you don't know how. The good thing is that when we are all humans, so when we see things that we connect with, we always try to join the conversation. That's why you see on social media, somebody will come and say, somebody is dying, or join us and contribute 1 million. And you see people joining and contributing 5,000. Even people that are not working, they're contributing 1,000 naira, 2,000. People are contributing 500k and all of that. It's because we are humans and we tend to connect more with our fellow humans. So you want to infuse that human personality into your content. And now, moving on to the last major points or phase. To create a human-centered content, there are certain characteristics that your content has to have, right? And I like to abbreviate everything and put everything in a word, using the first letters, and then call it one word. I like to call it creating the right content. Right content. That's RITE, right content. Now, right stands for something. It's an acronym for something. I'm going to explain that quickly in a few seconds. First thing is R. First word is R. R stands for relevance. I stands for interesting. T stands for timely. And E stands for entertaining. This is the part where it gets interesting. Relevance. What does relevance mean? Many people are creating content that nobody needs. We're not looking for more content, please. We're looking for content that we need. right? And that was why I explained what content marketing really is about in the first place. So you want to make sure that your content is relevant. You want to talk about things that we are facing right now during the coronavirus. Like, can you imagine people were telling people to come to their shop to buy, do makeup? What's makeup? Makeup to wear? How? Where? How? Please, right? So you have to be able to be relevant. Try to be. That's why you have to be active so that you know what's happening. You're not talking about something that's happened 5 years ago. Be in the time, be in the present space, be relevant to your audience, be relevant to your target audience. That way they would connect with you better. So are you creating relevant content? Are you creating content that your audience will find relevance? Is not about you. Content marketing is not about you. It's about them, your audience, your target audience, right? So if you can try to infuse that relevance, you're in the fashion space. Talk about if people are sewing danshiki and up and down, and you're talking about gown, it doesn't make sense. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're trying to do now. So try to join the conversation by being relevant. Make sure that you're relevant to your target audience, and try to make sure that you're within the time frame that we are in. Tell us what's happening now. Don't tell us what's happening 50 years from now. We're not really interested in that. When we get there, we'll cross that bridge, right? So tell us what is happening now. That way we'll be able to resonate with you better. Secondly, interesting. Please, we are tired of boring. Please, I beg you, Bikon, we are tired of boring. We don't want boring content anymore. We are tired of it. And try to make your content more interesting. Okay? You can do that. You don't need to do something so out of the box. Just try to infuse a little bit of make your content more interesting. How can you do that? You talk about things that you know that people, like I said, relevant. Of course, people will find relevant, and then you talk about it in a language that they would understand. People like grammar in this Instagram, eh? I don't know why. I don't know why you are doing plenty grammar. Please, nobody wants you. If you want to do grammar, go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a serious place. That one, you ever a very suit and tie. But on Instagram, we're not looking for. We want to be able to vibe to what you're creating, and that's where understanding the platform you are on also matters. You have to understand that, okay, this is where this is the platform I'm on currently, and this is what people are doing, and this is the way they exchange conversations. So you want to try to be interesting. Please be interesting. You can do it because it's boring. And then the next one is timely. Timely sounds a bit like relevance, but to be more contextual, like I said, you don't want to talk about something that people are not really interested about in the moment, right? For example, like the example I used, when the coronavirus, when we were all in lockdown, makeup artists was creating content and telling people that they should come to their studio. That kind of time, you should be creating content that says how you can apply your eyeshadow when you're at home, how you can trim your what's this thing called? I don't know, eyelashes or whatever, or eyebrows or whatever it is you guys call it, on your own, right? How you can apply your contour, on your own. 5 steps that you to do your makeup in less than 1 hour, because makeup takes the whole lifetime. I don't know how you will survive it, right? So you have to be able to understand that you have to be timely so that people can vibe to you, people can connect with you, people can be able to resonate with you. And then finally, entertaining. Entertaining still sounds a bit like interesting, but here you're trying to make your content, you want people to smile when they read your content. You don't be too serious now. Where are you serious to? And seriousness is not helping any of us, please. And when I first started, I was serious. I was blowing grammar up and down, blowing grammar. Nobody was understanding what I was saying. Then I had to try to, be a bit entertaining through the way I communicate, and it really helped. It has really helped. It's helped me to build my own brand in a different way. So you want to be entertaining. You don't have to be a comedian. You don't have to really do something that will make everybody throw their phone away and laugh. But you want people to come back to your content tomorrow when you post again. That's the goal, right? So when you can be able to infuse these characteristics, right? It's called the right content: relevant, interesting, timely, and entertaining. Once you can be able to infuse these characteristics, you will be able to create a better content for your audience. So like I said, just I'm done, but just to give you yes, someone said LinkedIn is for serious people. Just trying to read the comments. Who grammar help? Yes, so
Just trying to read the comments.
Stanford
Who
grammar.
grammar help?
How much
Yes,
did the grammar fetch?
Stanford grammar.
How much did the grammar fetch?
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, so just to give you a little bit more,
just to give you a
a
little bit
summary
more,
of what I said.
a summary of what I said.
Engage engage in content marketing, create, engage in content marketing first of all, and then try to infuse your know, like, and trust in your content, and then ask yourself these questions. I said, are you a conversational brand? How can you maneuver? And all those questions I listed, and then move on to create right content, relevant, interesting, timely, entertaining. That way, you're going to be creating content that sells, content that makes sense, content that brings you money. The good thing about content marketing is that people will be the one coming to you. People will be the one coming to you, right? Rather than sliding into people's DM and begging them and disturbing them and sending 20 DMs about why did you buy from me? Why don't you actually focus on pumping out an ungodly amount?
Hello. Okay. There's an echo.
Can you guys?
It's affecting the audio.
Okay, can you guys? Is the echo still echoing? I don't know if it's from my end.
Okay, so wait, let me do something. Okay, can you talk again? Let's see.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Perfect. I think it's from Mike's end then, because I put him up on the screen and it started affecting your audio.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So
Sorry,
like I
sir.
was saying, just try to make sure that you're creating content. Thank you. Just try to make sure that you're creating content, engaging in content marketing, and that's what the good thing that content marketing does for you is that it builds credibility and trust for you. And when you have credibility and trust, you'll be the one running away from people buying from you. So just try to focus on creating an enormous amount of value, an ungodly amount of value on your page, and make sure that you are helping people to understand why they should trust you and why they should choose you. So the question is, are you creating content that sells? With these few points of mine, I hope that I've been able to help you understand what content marketing really is about and how to create content that sells. I think we can take questions now.
Amazing.
Done.
Thank you so much. I mean, I learned a whole lot and you really poured yourself in this. I can tell. Please, guys, I want you to celebrate. You know the Sabi way now, the Sabi gang way. Oh, yeah, don't fall my hand. Let's celebrate our trainer for today and give him nice words. Because of his time, we're going to be taking just 2 questions. So I'm going through the comment questions to pick just 2. So somebody's asking, must someone have a brand before creating content? And is content marketing different from copywriting?
Okay. I think that's 2 questions in one. So the first question is, must someone have a brand before creating content? Now, we all have a brand, whether we like it or not. We all have a brand. Everybody has a brand. Whether it's a personal brand or a business brand, we all have a brand, right? So the question is, are we going to take advantage of that brand and position it in a way that will bring us better results? That's the question. Because whether you like it or not, we all have a brand. So you have to, what content helps you to do is, it helps you to, shine the light on that brand easily. Most times, if you want to, even if you don't have anything to sell, build a brand. The thing about building a brand is that it helps you to build credibility, and then you get to have better connections as well. I host this online thing, I think on Instagram, where I bring guests to talk about certain things in regards to business, and I've reached out to really huge guests that I didn't even know would want it. But the reason most of them would say, the reason why I'm actually doing this is because I love what you're doing, I love your content, and I love how you are providing value. The reason why they actually would be a party or become my friend and connect with me because of the content, right? So you can use your content to shine the light on your brand. Everybody has a brand, whether you like it or not. But the good thing is you can build your brand, and then it can bring you great results, profitable results, right? And then the second question is, sorry, what was the second question? Was it 2 in 1?
Okay, so yeah, is content writing different from copywriting?
Okay, content writing different from is content writing different from copywriting. Copywriting is a form of content creation. Copywriting is writing, right? So it's a form of content creation. it's not like it's different. It's just under content creation. There are many people who are copywriters for different organizations and different firms. I think when I started, I worked as a copywriter for a particular firm and all of that. So content copywriting is still under your content creation, but you can actually make your copywriting make more sense by using or engaging in content marketing, by pumping out value, an enormous amount of value, letting people know why they need copywriting for their businesses, because many people don't really know how to write and they don't have the time. So you can position yourself and let them know that, okay, 5 reasons why you need copywriting, 5 things copywriting can do for your brand. When you do that, that way you will get better results. Yes.
Okay, so
Next
we
question,
have, how
please.
can you, so this is the final question I'm taking from this section. How can you market a
Great.
content that does not involve buying and selling of products? I think you actually touched it during your
Sure.
teaching though. Yeah, but maybe you just want to touch a bit on it more.
Okay, sorry, come again. Sorry, come again.
Okay, so I'm trying to look for the question. It has gone out.
Okay, but I heard something like, okay, I said something like, how can you create content even if you don't sell products, right? Something like that, I
Yes,
think.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Well, the thing is, content market. Not everybody has to do content marketing. Content marketing is not compulsory. There's nowhere in the Bible that says you must do content marketing, so it's not compulsory. But what we're saying is, content marketing helps you to achieve your goals, especially your business goals, especially if you're running a business. Content marketing comes in handy because you can just have a personal page and just be creating your content and be posting your fine boy pictures. I have fine boy pictures too on my page, right? So you can actually do it without, you don't really have any goals, and that's fine. That's great. You can be enjoying your life. Please chop life gang and join chop life gang, no problem. But if you want to achieve, if you have a purpose, especially if you have a business purpose or a business goal, content marketing is the way to go about it, rather than just creating random acts of content. When you engage in content marketing, it helps you. So if you are not selling products, and maybe you are into services or whatever it is, maybe it's intangible things, you can still engage in content marketing. You don't necessarily, it's not just for products, it's also for services. I'm a service provider, and I don't really sell anything physically. I'm even still trying to agree. People are still asking me to sell courses, but I'm really not really in. So the thing is, content marketing is not by force, but if you want to achieve your business goals, it helps.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I know I said two, but because this one is
Sure,
really
thank you so
something I
much.
feel everybody goes through, and not everybody, rather, I mean, some persons are really struggling with. So, what's your advice for someone who creates amazing and great
Okay.
content, but it lacks engagement? And how can such creative drive traffic to his or her content or page?
First question is, what is the definition of amazing content? Because, like I said, amazing
Mm,
content doesn't mean that you're creating amazing content. Because
wow,
do you know that sometimes I create amazing content and I put it out and it doesn't get it gets zero engagement, like zero, and
true.
I'm like, damn, if I put this out, I'm going to get 50 million likes, but then nobody really answers my life, right? So you have to be able to understand that amazing content is not from your own perspective. I want you to do this. When you create content, stand up, go the other way, and then look at your content from the eyes of your customers. Is this what they need? Can they connect with this?
Mm,
That's what content
true.
marketing is about, and that's what amazing content is. So when you're creating content, don't create amazing content for you. Create for the customer. Like I said, it's not about you, it's about them. And it's not about what you sell, it's about how you sell what you sell.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much. Your session was wow. And I love the entertaining parts. In fact, I'm sure most
I know, right?
people will find. Thank you, thank you,
Yes,
thank you, thank
yes.
you, thank you very much.
Thank you. I
And
had great
one of
time,
one
guys.
of one
I
of
had great
my
time.
one of my big win, one of my big takeaway from your session was the fact that you said brand awareness to consideration and to purchase. So most of what we see out
Yes.
there is buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You need
Purchase,
to buy
purchase,
right
purchase.
now.
Buy my stuff, buy my stuff.
Especially people that make use of WhatsApp status.
Hi, people
But
that make use of WhatsApp status, I don't know what is their problem. Oh.
so now people understand that you have to create awareness first. Then it moves to the consideration stage, then it moves to the
Yes,
purchase
true.
stage. And one of what
True.
he said was also that it is easy for people to buy from you when they're already aware of what to do.
It is.
I mean,
I
your
think it's.
session was, yeah,
I think it's easy for people to buy from you. Yeah.
yeah, your session was wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Go
wow.
on. I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
So
much.
if you look at the
Glad you guys
comment
got so
section
much
right
value.
now,
Wow, I'm seeing somebody saying, I'm seeing the
you see what
the
people are
comments saying, we
saying.
love you. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. Yes, the comment section is blowing up. Somebody is even telling me I'm handsome. Kai, you are
Can
sweet.
you
I bet you are
imagine?
really, you
We
will
have
sabi.
we have beautiful and handsome trainers since we started this program. Thank you so much. On behalf of Skill Factory
See who should
Africa, we
connect
want
me
to
with. I'm looking for
appreciate
a
you.
wife.
Thank you. God bless. So, guys,
Okay,
you know the
great. Thank you
usual
very
way.
much.
I'm going to be sending the link to his profile on the Telegram channel. Go and bombard his page. You know now, you know the way
Yes.
we do it, the Sabi gang way. So we need to show him that he came to the Sabi community. Go and follow him, Oche right _ I will still be posting the direct link on the Telegram channel. And thank you so much. And look forward to the class by 3. God bless you, Oche. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go to
Thank you
his
guys for
channel
having me.
right now. Don't forget to go to the channel right now. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.